Hi, Joe. What are you looking at?
It's the latest bandwidth numbers for our customers. You wouldn't believe how much video and other IP-based content we're trying to deliver these days. I'm getting worried. The customer complaints are starting to grow.
Are you thinking we need to get to 100 gigabits sooner than expected?
At a minimum. If we don't start selling new services like our competition can, our customers will be dropping us like a bad video packet.
Cute. Well, those Alcatel 7750 and 7450 routers we have can grow to 100 gig, right?
Apparently not the way we originally thought.
What's that mean?
Well, I started looking into it and here's what I found out. First of all, there's the Alcatel IOM3 card, which we can use to upgrade our existing 7750s and 7450s to get us to 50 gig per slot.
That's their next generation card, right?
Yep, but even though the IOM3 delivers new functionality using the FP2 forwarding engine, the CPU is the same from the old IOM2, so the control plane performance is still poor.
Wasn't that showing slow convergence for VPLS and Layer 3 during failover testing?
Sure was. So even though it's supposedly next generation, we're still likely to have many performance issues.
But what if we also add their IMM100 card? Won't that get us to 100 gig?
Well, not exactly.
What? Why not?
One IMM100 card is 100 gig, but each fabric is only 50 gig, so we'll need to activate both fabrics simultaneously.
But won't we lose redundancy if we do that?
You got it, and what's the point of having a 100 gig card if it's not fully protected?
This isn't sounding too promising. So how does this end up affecting our budget request this year?
Well, funny you should ask.
Uh-oh.
Turns out, to get the scale and feature improvements of the IOM3 and IMM100, all of the existing cards in each chassis will need to be replaced.
Why? I didn't budget for that.
Well, if we mix old IOM cards in the same chassis with the new cards, not only does the system end up performing at the rate of the slowest card, we also lose any new features that come with the new cards, so basically, we end up running in chassis mode, which negates the value of adding the new cards.
What? But what about our investment up to now? We already have over $60,000 per chassis in IOM-A, IOM-B, and IOM-2 cards.
I know. I ran the numbers, and if the cards could coexist, we'd only have a little over $100,000 per chassis tied up in cards. But since we need to keep replacing cards for each upgrade, we'll end up spending over $300,000 per chassis just to get to 50 gig per slot with IOM3. And the cost of IMM100 cards is on top of that.
Wow. How are we going to explain this to the budget committee? That's incredibly expensive when multiplied by the number of chassis we own. So, what's the expected longevity of these 7750s and 7450s anyway?
Well, I hear they're already talking about their next generation platform. After 7 years in production, it looks like the 7750 is out of gas, so what happens to our 7750s when the new system ships?
Look, we need to think about our future needs, but if we need to spend this kind of money to get to 100 gig, we'd be better off going with a completely different platform altogether.
Exactly.